Welcome back guys on my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with a beta and with the light setup build with the new application of the Rebel X Ultralight Rally Kit. I'll quickly show you around this bike that will race next weekend in the last round of the National Italian Rally Championship in Sardinia with the official beta rally team, the same team for which I built the Africa race bikes last year. Starting from the front of the bike, you see the Rebel X Ultralight Rally Kit that you saw recently on 701, 690 and 450 enduro bikes, but now the Beta RR application is finally ready for all the Beta RR from 2020 to 2025 included. This fits both the standard version and the racing version like we have here now. Potentially, I think it could fit also the previous models, but I'm not sure. So if you're aware if the triple clamps have stayed the same also in the previous 2020 models, please write it down in the comments, as this will be very helpful for me. A quick explanation of the front for those that are new to the channel. We have here a very compact windshield that doesn't obstruct our view, so we can see perfectly well the front end of the bike. Despite the windshield being very compact, it provides slightly better wind protection compared to the Enduro standard headlight. Behind the windshield, we have this plug-and-play tower that bolts directly on the triple clamps of the bike. It uses 4 bolts to bolt on securely. This means that when we turn our handlebar, the instruments will turn together with us. The big advantage of this setup is that being so compact, also the weights are very near the frame. So actually, from my personal experience riding it, you almost feel less the added weight compared to a full tower where the headlight and the heavy devices are up high and much more forward. In this case, the light setup is with the Rebel X lights. They have an incredible power at night. Those that already own these can confirm it. We have 80 watt of total power. Basically, it brightens up everything like day because we have a low beam and a high beam, so a spot and a floodlight. Clearly, these are not street legal lights. We don't have much problems here in Italy, but if you want to go with a street legal option, there is the possibility with the Hella LED lights. Just keep in mind, those are 30 watt total, so you'll have less than half the power output that you have with the Rebel X lights. Furthermore, the tower has been designed to be compatible with a long series of lights from the Baja designs, the Denali lights, the Ruby lights. The possibilities are really infinite. On this build, like all the bike builds we do, we just run one cable that's included in the kit that is plug and play. You plug it in the battery, it comes all the way forward here to the fuse box. This is a 4-way fuse box used also by factory teams in desert rallies. The really smart feature of this fuse box is that we will be able to wire any device we want, just wiring it up to this fuse box and no need to run cables to the battery. But the smartest thing is, in case we have a failure, in case a fuse breaks, a red LED error light will turn on and we'll know that we've broken the fuse. This is extremely useful when you're racing. Since this bike is racing, you are in the middle of the special stage, your road book is not working anymore, you see the red LED, you know you just have to swap the fuse without losing much time and just continue. But also for adventure riding purposes, you might find yourself in a really remote area, something is not working, like your GPS, you need power. This can really save you a lot of time instead of fiddling around and thinking what wire and what is going wrong. Moving up on the tower, you have this LED on-off switch that will let you turn on and off the power for all the devices, and like we did here, also turn on the low beam light. Something that needs mentioning is that this windshield is adjustable. You can bring it forward and backwards, but also tilt the angle depending on what devices you have placed here on the tower. For this build, we placed the optional roadbook bracket. This lets you fit a roadbook holder and also 2 trip master. It can be Aiko or RNS, but also speedo caps in case you go and do a desert rally. Last but not least, also a Stella device in case you take part in an event that requires the Stella as safety equipment. This is your traditional electric road book that fits paper rolls. It's by MIGTech, and up here we have an ICO Tripmaster. You can have these either with the sensor cable going to the wheel or with the GPS version that will have an external antenna that can be placed here always on the roadbook bracket, because what you see up here, this section is designed to hold up to 3 GPS antennas or ERITRAC and ERTF antennas in case of Dakar racing. Another feature is that the roadbook bracket can be raised or brought lower. It can be moved back and forward, and it can also be tilted depending on what's your preference of tilt angle of the roadbook holder. Other nice feature is that we have still the OEM dashboard in its OEM location, meaning we will always be able to monitor all the data we have on the OEM dashboard. Behind it, we have the placement for the optional USB ports and voltmeter display. For racing is not really necessary, because in racing, the less you put on a bike, the less can break. Moving on to the side, as we had to build this bike in only a few hours, we had run out of stock of thumb switches, so we went with the OEM switches that are supplied with these products. So we have the plastic ICO switch that lets you command and bring forward and backward the Tripmaster and also reset it and go inside the different menus. And underneath we have the thumb switch that will let you roll the paper of the roadbook backward and forward, to which we also added a small piece of red hose so that it's easier to see and you get a better feeling, because this hose being rubber, it has a much better grip. These are some small factory secrets that I share with you on the channel, so subscribe. Just a big disappointment of this bike is the seat cover. We didn't have time to put on the Selle dalla Valle seat cover, but we will do it in future. The bike is the racing version that Beta sells. Here we have a Beta exhaust which produces a bit more power and is less restricted. Then we have a set of Faba wheels with CNC machined hub in blue and black rim. On the rear swing arm we have these black plastic protectors by Polysport. Nice touch is that they make the swing arm look as if it's powder coated in black. I personally like to put these swing arm covers on most of my bikes. Only thing to keep in mind is every time you wash the bike, you have to remove them, because still the dirt will get in between the swing arm protector and the swing arm. So you want to always make it nice and clean. As handguards, we went with Racetech handguards. These are super flexible. You know, I'm not a fan of closed handguards. I use always the open handguards, but someone that really does not want to see any closed handguards at all is Mirko, because many years ago, due to closed handguards, he lost one finger of his hand, because in a crash, the closed handguard with the metal went and basically almost snapped off his finger. And since then, he's using these very flexible open handguards, because in case of crash, they'll just move easily, as you can see, and if the crash is really hard, they'll break off. And that's the purpose, to save your hands. Well, guys, that's all for today. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this light setup build, in the sense that it's a very simple build that can be used in any European rally and potentially also in desert rally, because this kit has been used also out in the desert. Quick and easy to install, but also to take down. So after the race, Mirko, the owner of the team, will be able with 4 bolts to remove the kit and use this bike to race also the Beta Enduro Championship. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, to follow me on Instagram to see live content when I'm developing parts, building bikes, and so on. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!